So these three things keep us stagnant. They keep us from making the progress that we want to make. And by the end of this video, you'll understand like exactly what they are, and we'll have a game plan to effectively just do whatever you want, have that freedom. So number one of the three things that hold you back is people. And for a lot of people, this is the number one thing, whether it's actually a physical person that's holding you back or just the perception of them, you know, like I can't leave this kind of person if I'm, or you know, like I can't try this new thing because these people will say this about me. It's the point I'm trying to make is that people will hold you back, and a lot of the time it's not even physical people holding you back, but it's just the perception of them. When people actually hold you back, and this is like one of the hardest parts, this is usually once you've made a change. So it could be like you're starting to go to gym or whatever, you find close friends start saying things like, why are you getting so obsessed with gym? Why are you getting so obsessed with I don't know, whatever the hobby is? That's the like clearest way, and it took me a long time to realize it, that people who love you and care about you often don't want you to deviate from yourself. And when you pick up a new hobby or whatever, it appears, because it's so new and so fresh, it appears to other people that you're obsessed with something when it's not always the case. So game plan, how do I stop this? The number one way is to lean into it. Understand that this is coming across because you're doing the right thing, and it really is difficult, but you gotta reframe it in your mind. Number two is whatever this person's saying to you, whether it's positive, negative, whether it makes you feel weird about the new habit or not, it's coming from care that they're even mentioning it in the first place. If they didn't care, you wouldn't even be experiencing it. They wouldn't be talking to you about it. They wouldn't notice it. So be grateful that someone's noticed the change. Be grateful, even if it's positive or negative advice, that this person is taking some time to feel this way about you. So sort of reframe it and say, oh, okay, they care. And then the third thing is just to double down, lean into it. Don't go harder, but just understand that you're on the right track and work hard to keep going at it. Don't like burn yourself out now. And that's people, right? Then we have past experiences. Past experiences is a very tough one, because the mind is wired this way, that whether it's like pain or pleasure, it's gonna try and, you know, feel out. You learned the lesson of this was difficult, we got hurt when we did this. And when that's the case, it becomes harder to go back into that space and do it. And yeah, you kind of have to do it anyways, regardless of the pain. Having something like reframing it in your mind, like having a mantra, especially when it's something hard, like if you're struggling at gym, but you know you need to get to a certain stage to do well again, or to achieve a certain goal, literally just have a mantra like, oh, I enjoy this. Gymming is so easy. Gymming is fun. This is fun for me, you know? And when you repeat that, you'll overcome the past experience block, because the past experience is just mental chatter. It's not actually happening. It's like your body thinking it's in the previous state, and the body is like preparing to receive this negative from the past. And in that time, if you're able to interrupt that with a mantra or like a positive affirmation, and change how you feel in that moment, or realize that moment, that past experience is irrelevant, and see through like the BS, it will start to change for you, and then the habit will work for you. And then the final one is money. And money is another one tied down to your beliefs. Realistically, all of this is your beliefs. And when you change, the world will change around you, but your beliefs are the one thing that you can bend to keep like your inner self like stagnant enough to do what you need to do. So what I mean by this is, when you do these things like reframing, having a positive mantra, and all of this, it helps you control your beliefs. It helps you reel in your mental chatter to be supportive instead of pulling you away from what you want to do. And when it comes to money, everything to do with money ties to your mental, ties to your beliefs. And at the end of the day, money is just energy. It's compensation for energy and value, right? Pretty much just value, but energy is something that like can be used to create more value, right? So if you're working harder at something, or you're creating more value, doesn't always mean that you will get more money, but it gives you the inner like acceptance to ask for more money. And that's what I'm saying, like money is just, it's tied to your beliefs, right? And it's a two-way thing. The other person has to be willing to give that amount, and you have to be willing to take that amount. And if that like agreement isn't met, you won't have like the transaction, you won't have the interaction. So when it comes to money and you have beliefs that are holding you back, like, you know, I actually don't have money, I can't afford this, like you're tying yourself down in a lower energy, a lower state. And again, mantras are very good help with that, because really at the end of the day, the number one thing is your mental talk. And when you say things like, oh well, I can't afford this, I don't have enough money, you keep yourself in this state because your thoughts are like uncontrollable. You will receive ideas and like additional thoughts throughout the day, but if you gear them positively, you will receive positive thoughts, and that will be ideas on how to make this thing work, you know. An example is like, oh, I do not have enough money to take this class. But if you change it up, it's like, you know, okay, well, I can get rid of this, I can cut down on this, and you know what, I may not be able to afford the full thing, but I can do half the package, you know. And you can find a way to get started. It doesn't have to be that everything is concrete, because money is just an equation. It's like, how much are you spending, how much are you saving, and how much are you receiving, right? So if you needed to earn more, if you needed to save more, if you needed to spend less, all of those things are within your control. And the ideas on how to do that better come more frequent when you believe that you can do them better. And it's not even believe, you don't have to believe. It's just when you gear your mind to think that you can. And like through a mantra, through a positive affirmation. So I hope that helps. If you're starting a new hobby, a new habit, just like comment down below, and then we can see, I mean, everyone can see what you're getting up to. And if any of this helps, if there's any video ideas or any topics you want me to speak on, let me know as well. Peace.